PMBOK 7. It's the 7th edition of the Project Management Institute's Guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge. And here are my top 10 things you need to know about PMBOK 7. Number 1. PMBOK 7 is a radical departure from its predecessors, and it now sits alongside the content from the 6th edition, which the PMI has moved to its online platform, PMI Standards Plus. Second, PMBOK 7 is the first edition of the Guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge that properly incorporates Agile. The previous edition, PMBOK 6, kind of bolted the two together, and earlier editions still had no real mention of Agile. What PMBOK 7 does is it leaves it entirely up to you to make your judgment as to how to balance your program between predictive and adaptive project management. It is entirely methodology agnostic. Your choice of which methodology and which approach to take is entirely dependent on the situation in which you find yourself, and PMI will not make a recommendation as to which is the right methodology, nor even weight their guidance in one direction or another. Third, like its predecessors, PMBOK 7 is actually 2 books in one. The first part of the book is actually the American National Standard Institute's 2021 Standard for Project Management. The second half is actually the Guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge. Fourth, the Standard for Project Management contains 2 principal sections, and the first is called A System for Value Delivery. This introduces us to PMI's perspective on the importance and the process of creating value within our projects. This is entirely new, and I rate it as the single most important innovation that PMBOK 7 has introduced. Fifth, the second part of the Standard for Project Management introduces 12 principles for project management. Each of these captures and articulates a generally accepted objective for the effective and efficient practice of project management. And to accompany that short and pithy statement is a 2 to 3 page discussion of how that principle works and how the authors intend us to apply and understand it. Sixth, the second part, the Guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge, opens with 8 project performance domains, and to a large degree, these 8 project performance domains replace the 10 knowledge areas of the previous editions of the PMBOK Guide. This is the single largest part of the book. Each project performance domain is a group of related activities that are critical for the effective delivery of project outcomes. Project performance domains are interactive, interrelated, and interdependent areas of focus that work in unison to achieve desired project outcomes. Seventh, there is an excellent section called tailoring. In fact, I think this is the best written and most helpful section of the entire book. Previous editions only gave this idea of tailoring your project cursory coverage. However, I think the guidance in PMBOK 7 is excellent. Eighth, at last, PMBOK 7 is now acting as what I would think of as a guide to a body of knowledge. This is particularly so in the section titled Models, Methods and Artifacts, which offers a compendium of some of the very best, most useful models, methods and artifacts that the authors have collated for us to think about as project managers. Each one comes with a brief description, and the authors point us to the performance domains in which they think it will be most useful. Now, those brief descriptions are only intended to give us a flavour of what the model, the method, or the artefact are all about, and the authors leave it to us to do further research. Also, they don't claim that the list is comprehensive in any way. It is just their assessment of some of the useful models, methods, and artefacts that we should know. And I certainly find them all compelling knowledge that a good, experienced project manager should have at your disposal. Ninth, there are a few really important topics that the PMI has introduced into the 7th edition of the PMBOK guide, which I would like to see them develop further in future editions. Chief among these are governance, sponsorship, and PMOs, project management offices. And 10th, let's understand the status of PMBOK 7. Firstly, the first part of it offers us a formal standard. It is the American National Standards Institute standard for project management that is currently in place from 2021. However, unlike previous standards, this is now very much principles-based rather than process-based. Second, PMBOK 7 is very much a statement of how PMI currently views project management. If you are a member of the PMI or seek to be a member or to take any of their certifications, you therefore need to understand this. And third, PMBOK 7 is now a part of PMI's certification standards. It's now locked into the syllabus and the set of references from which questions are drawn for the project management professional exam, and as I speak, increasingly it will become the basis for the CAPM, the Certified Associate in Project Management exam as well. As a result, PMBOK 7 is a crucial reference document for all candidates for PMI's principal certification exams to read, to understand, and to learn the fundamentals of, so that you can properly answer the questions that PMI bases upon PMBOK 7. And here's a bonus thought. I consider PMBOK 7 to be a landmark document and one that all project managers can benefit from reading. It contains some very good and well thought out information from some very knowledgeable and thoughtful project managers. My only small reservation is the relatively high price, especially given the quality of its production. And that seems a little ironic, given that principle number 8 of the project management principles is build quality into processes and deliverables. However, there is no doubting the quality of the thinking that has gone into PMBOK 7, and if you are a serious project manager doing this for a living, it is well worth investing the money and reading PMBOK 7. Please do give this video a like if you enjoyed it and learned from it. I'll be making loads more great project management content for you, so please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.